Do you want to live a beautiful life that reflects the truth of who you are? Be bold and courageous as you step into your heartfelt desires. How does trusting yourself fully and connecting with your soul's purpose sound? The Unplanned Mom podcast is a potent mix of real life stories, practical spiritual teachings, and a community to help guide you for eternity. This is the place for inspiration with down-to-earth tools to help you pivot and continue to live your best life beyond your wildest dreams. Here we honor your deepest, authentic truth, embrace motherhood, talk all things money, mindset, and most importantly, miracles. So are you ready to say yes to all of this? If so, then let's dive in. I'm your host, Ashley Bush, and I have been praying for you, and I cannot wait to get to know you better. Let's go. All right, give me one sec as we start on episode 3. All right. Okay, so this is what we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about. So it's one thing that I get asked quite a bit from close friends, family, previous coworkers. Is really just because I lost like 50 pounds. So this is after my third baby. As I've shared, I've been pregnant 5 times. So 3 out of my 5, 3 of them, 3 girls are here on earth. They were my unplanned babies, and my 2 planned babies are up in heaven. So throughout the time that I lost those children and got pregnant again, it was an ongoing journey. And you know, we all have a journey and a story. I was eating too much, drinking too much, poured into work, but it was totally an unhealthy balance. And my weight got way out of control. And if I don't start getting back on track again here soon, it's going to be out of control again. But weight has been something that I've had to struggle with all throughout my adult life, especially since I started working. It's just really hard to balance it all, and it's something that I really wanted to get a hold of. So fast forward, but rewind, I guess. Before I had my middle child, right before I found out that I was pregnant with her, it was just kind of like, I've got to get it together. I was probably pregnant, didn't know it at the time, and was starting to walk and do different things. And so when I got pregnant with her, it was a total surprise, because if you don't know this, a year prior, my husband and I decided we were just done. Like we were not going to try anymore. We were going to start saving for our beach house. And now we kid and joke that our beach house is next door in the other room next to us. Now there's 2, so 2 kids in there. So I've got 3 kids. Oldest is 15 at the moment of this recording, and then a 1 and a 2-year-old. So life is a little bit crazy. So while I was pregnant with my middle one, Tessa, I was like, oh my gosh, I really had to get a handle on my weight. I started enjoying all of the sweets, all the sugar. I thought, I'm not going to get gestational diabetes. I had my test. I thought I'll be perfectly fine. I felt okay in the mornings. I went afterwards to the grocery store. I bought so much junk food. I was so excited to just eat all these cookies and just crap. I mean, my body just started craving crap. And so when they called me and said, you cannot eat cookies, cakes, sugar, you need to start checking your blood sugar, all this stuff, I started crying, and I had to go pick up my the meter, and I had to learn how to prick myself and do all of this stuff. And I was a mess. So if you are dealing with this right now, I totally feel for you, and I sympathize for you, because it's awful and it's really hard. So again, it's like anything that we go through. So if you're also dealing with an unplanned pregnancy, it's a time to really stop and evaluate what you're doing. How are you living, and is your life aligning with the intentions that you're really supposed to be doing? For me, the answer was clearly no. No, weight was out of control. Needed to get my diet under control. I thought, well, I'd be doing good for her and on her behalf, but clearly I wasn't. Whenever I need to go by the grocery store on the way home and buy a bunch of junk, just was not working for me. So when I was pregnant with her, I started, I just was reading a lot more and trying to figure out. And I studied and researched and listened to podcasts, read all these books, trying to figure out, how do these people that have, what looks like a great life. They're busy. They have to be just as busy as I am, if not more, with kids, a family, a house, whatever, going to school, whatever it is. But these people are fit and they always look together and nice. So I decided at that point, here's what I learned. Here's my takeaways. I'm just going to share my takeaway. I started retraining and reprogramming myself. So I would get myself dressed like every day. I didn't save it just for when I knew I was going to see somebody. It was a conscious decision to get up and for me, I feel better. I feel good with makeup on. I feel good with my hair done. Yes, I have dirty hair days and I put it in a ball cap, but I still feel better if I have my makeup on and I take care of myself and I look better. So I started doing that before I really felt like that kind of reflected what was going on inside of me. So started doing that while I was pregnant. And then as I'm reading, the reoccurring theme was gratitude. Gratitude. All these people that have a lot of money, they're really successful. All of these things, all these people, no matter what facet of their life or whatever business that they were in, they were successful simply by practicing gratitude. Now, this is something that I had heard many, many times over, had tried and failed, trying to assimilate and put together some sort of practice of practicing gratitude. It wasn't until I listened to a podcast by, I think it was Rachel Hollis. I think I was walking, that she was sharing about her process and talking about how writing down every single day her things that she was grateful for, 5 things, and then writing down 10 goals in past tense like they had already happened. So things that she was working on in her life. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try it. I have nothing to lose. I probably told myself I'm going to do it for 20 or 30 days. Let's just see, if this is all that is cracked up to be. So I started that in 2019. Yes. So Tessa was born in October of 2019. So I started it in 2019. Started writing things down. Meanwhile, I'm working, have the family, have all these other things going on. But while I was pregnant, I started to practice writing this down. And I'm going to share what it did for me in my brain and how it helped me to eventually lose close to 50 pounds and eat better and make better decisions for my overall just mental health, physical health, well-being, all of that. So I started writing it down. So I kind of did like a hodgepodge of all these different things that other people recommended that you do. I didn't spend money buying an extra, fancy journal or, something special to write in. It's just a notebook. In fact, if you're watching the video recording, I don't have it by me right now, but I have notebooks now. So I just have a notebook. I find a little notebook that I like. I don't know why I can't find this, but I have a notebook. It's a really cute one. I grabbed at Marshall's, $6-7. I like a medium size. I like the coil back, but that's, neither the point, but I like to be able to flip my pages over. Some people like binding, like a book, but I have a hard time with that. So for me, it has to have the spiral thing so I can flip it over. It's so I can write wherever I feel like I need to write. So what I started doing is, and this is before the babies were born, I could really do it every morning when I would wake up or, after I'd have some coffee or move around. Write down today, I write down the date. Today I am grateful for, and then I list out 5 things. So today I'm grateful for. You're going to start with that. You're just going to write that. Today I'm grateful for, and write down 5 things. And I look back recently at my first notebook when I really started doing this, and it was very, very simple things. And still to this day, they are very simple things. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful to have food on the table. I am thankful for my family and their health. I am thankful for all of my past experiences that have led me to this moment. I am thankful for the money that we have right now to pay for whatever it is, or all of our needs are met at the moment. But just start writing down 5 things. Different times it was, music. Music was so key, especially when I had COVID. Music has been super healing to me. At times I've been just thankful for music, a good movie, a good book, a good conversation with a friend, whatever it is. Just get in the practice of writing these 5 things down. Can't do it in the morning, do it at night. Miss a day, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up. Just start getting in the habit of writing down 5 things that you're thankful for. On that same page or whatever, the same day that you're working on, also write down 10 dreams I made happen. Your brain, as you start to do this and the repetition and writing it out, something gets triggered in our brains. and it seems more real. And so for me, especially when I was starting on my weight loss journey, I will lose 100 pounds. Still need to lose about another 40. So I'll get there. I'm happy with the weight that I'm at right now, but this is something that I'm working on, have been working on for years. So write down, a weight goal. It was, I will exercise on a regular basis. Maybe, I'm trying to think of my earlier things that I started doing to really make some significant changes in my life. I will, it could be getting a job. It could be meeting some sort of milestone. It could be trying to go, take care of your mental health, your physical health, all of that. All of these things play a part. But so for me, I want to here's kind of the big picture and what changed and shifted inside of me. Because as I was writing these things down every day and I was way out of shape, obviously, I was out of shape. I mean, it was hard for me to bend down and tie my darn shoes. I was in, I didn't feel good. And for me, I wanted to feel better. And I thought, well, all I have to do, so I'm writing this down, and in my brain, I start to think, well, I've told myself I'm going to lose whatever. And I just really want to move, 2 times a week. That's it. 2 times a week. So while I was pregnant, it was, going on simple walks. It might be just going down to the end of my driveway and back, going to the entrance of my subdivision, back. They were short. It was short. It was doable. It wasn't overwhelming. It was easy to incorporate into my lifestyle and get into a habit, no matter how small it was. And that's something too that I listened from, I can't think of her name. Kate plus 8 or something. So when she went through her weight loss journey, she said it was just as simple as going down to the end of the driveway and back, and then eventually building on that. So that stuck with me. So we don't have to make these goals super big, lofty, because that's where the disappointment comes in. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out for an hour 2 times a week. Well, that's just too big. You're not even ready to do that, or maybe you are, but chances are you're not. So make something that's just very doable that you can add into your schedule. Me walking the dog in the subdivision was easy. It was something easily that I could just start incorporating, building on it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, building onto it. What started to happen is that my brain started making decisions knowing that I was writing down these bigger picture goals. So decisions that I was making, I was unconsciously making them knowing that they're going towards a greater and a bigger goal. So what I was doing was essentially taking baby steps towards getting better, preparing myself, and really just mentally making some shifts in my brain and rewiring my brain to act upon the way in which I wanted to live my life. So kind of going back to the makeup and looking well throughout the day, I wanted to be that person that looked well going into the gym. So after I had my daughter and I was starting to get back to work, I kept up with that. And then now I was able to recover a little bit better. I had changed my eating completely because of the diabetes. So that was a blessing in disguise. It taught me, the long-term effects of how this is going to impact my body and all of these things. So I had to meet with a dietitian. I really had to get serious and watch my carbs and eat a bunch of protein. So that served me well after I had Tessa. Then when it was time to, I wanted to elevate and step up my physical fitness, that was a total game changer. I was ready at that point. And at that point, I was confident enough just to be proud of myself if I was out and moving a couple times a week, because my mental health improved tremendously. It was just different. So my priorities shifted. So when I went back to work, yes, my job was important to me, but because I had started practicing and reprioritizing, my overall health was the number one priority. And because of that, other things just happened more naturally and fit better. I was able to handle the stress. I was able to just manage my workload better. Things were better in my life all the way around. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. So it was by taking those baby steps, and just starting and writing it down. So even if I didn't do anything, it was at least just giving thanks for 5 things and starting to practice acting out what I wanted from the goals in my life. So my takeaway for you today is if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You are absolutely fed up with where you're at right now. You're tired of just feeling, frustrated, not happy with your weight, you're not happy with just things in your life right now. I cannot stress enough the power that will come before you when you start giving thanks for 5 things. It can be major, huge, big things. It can be super teeny tiny things, a coffee, a special thing that you got, or a new album that you downloaded, whatever. Be grateful for those things. Simply start learning and practicing gratitude. Then, if you're wanting to build upon that and make some significant changes in your life, not just dream about them, think about them, stop them, start and stop, do that start and stop dance. If you're sick and tired of it, you need to just invest, 5 to 10 minutes in doing these 2 things. You just need a cheap notebook. You can, if you like to type, put it on your computer. I think there's great power in actually writing something out. There's just power in it, I feel like. So I would get a notebook, write your 5 things. Here, 5 things I am grateful for. You're going to write your 5 things, and then 10 dreams I made happen, or 10 goals I made happen. I lost 100 pounds. I choose healthy, nutritious foods for my body. I am a kind and loving wife. I am a good role model to my children. We are debt-free. These are all things that I'm working for and striving for. I am deeply rooted in my church and my faith. These are things that I'm writing and I'm practicing, and they are ingrained now in my brain. So start doing those. I would love to hear the progress that you make. Do this even for a week, 2 weeks, and send me a message. I would love to hear from you. Message me on TikTok at theunplannedmomschool.com, and I'm over on Instagram as well. Shoot me a DM, or you can always email me at hello@unplannedmomschool.com. I just want to know that this is working for you. What big takeaway, what big change are you trying to make in your life right now? And it's as simple as that. You don't have to spend any extra money. I'm sure you've got a notebook lying around your house that you can start using. So grab it, start it right now. Put it next to your bed, your nightstand. When you wake up, if you see it, put it by the coffee pot, put it in the car. If you need to do it when you sit down at your desk at work, simply start putting it into action, and you will be amazed at how this transforms your life. So I'm anxious to hear how it works out for you. So don't be a stranger. I cannot stress this enough, this practice. I'm just excited for you, rooting for you. Let me know how it works, and come let us know. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this super valuable at all, leaving a review would mean the world to us. We just can't thank you enough. So anyways, I will sign off, and I will catch y'all next week. Okay, my sweet mamas, if you're tuning in and have got a friend's name that just keeps bubbling up at the top of your head as you've been listening to this episode, go ahead. I want you to grab that link, copy and paste it, and shoot them a quick text and just tell them that you were thinking of them. After all, we're all here to help each other. And if this episode resonated with you, there's a pretty good chance that something in it will resonate with them as well. This show is for you, so do me a solid. Go ahead, share it with that one person that comes to mind so we can spread the love to all of our sisters. And if you really, really loved it, it would mean the world to me if you would leave a review. All right, thank you, my sweet friends. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you all next week. And if you need any more inspiration between now and then, come on over and check us out on TikTok. See you soon.